Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I know it seems weird, like I'm talking to myself right now, but I know there are people out there. I just want to say welcome and thank you for supporting Two Rivers and Weird Sisters Singer-Songwriter Night. Tonight, Colin Stackhouse is our host. And sorry, checking. Am I still bouncing back? No. And we're going to have Dean tonight, wife and hubby combo. I'm very excited. It is actually a musical true love story. They met in Boston in music school. So this is going to be great. I have one PSA. We have an open air market on October 10th, Saturday, 10 to 4. It's called You Are a Phoenix, and we invited local healthcare and self-care folks from the neighborhood to display their wares to help us get our heads on straight for the year. A list of our events I put in the chat so you can see everything that we're doing. On the knitting side, on Tuesday, we have a Knitflix and Chillers. So it's a knit along while you watch a horror movie. I think this week is Poltergeist. So that will be fun. I'm going to turn it over to Colin. And thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Hi. Salutations. Yeah, it's really nice to be here again. Well, I guess nobody watching this has been here before. This is my bedroom. So I'm here all the time, but it's still nice to be here. But it's really nice to be doing the Two Rivers Singer-Songwriter Night. I'm going to make my end of this night short just because Dean is so fun to listen to. I'm going to do 2 songs and then they'll take it away. Yeah, I met Luke and Rachel really just about 1.5 years ago or so. I think at a concert that Luke was playing at. And we have some other mutual friends that are living here in Portland, so I've been able to connect with them a bit, and I'm really happy that they're here. Yeah, I'm going to play this song from my first album. It's called You Don't Care If You See Me At All, when I was really hung up on a guy who didn't care. So we've all been there. Just don't obsess. I obsessed over this person for 4 years. So let that be a lesson. And don't do that. Every day, you're in the corner of my mind. I know you think of me too every month or so if you can spare the time. We're different people, I know. You've got somewhere you need to go, and I'm trying not to page you, and I'm trying not to call, 'cause you don't care if you see me at all. No, you don't care if you see me at all. And I have got no further that I can fall, and you don't care if you see me at all. I'm smart enough to recognize crazy when it comes through my door. But I'm dumb enough to barge in on you like I've done so many times before. Maybe you just didn't see all the signs. Maybe you'll like me more next time. Maybe it's that talking to me is like screaming at a wall. 'Cause you don't care if you see me at all. No, you don't care if you see me at all. And I have got no further that I can fall. And you don't care if you see me at all. And then some days you ask me to spend the night. If you ask me tomorrow, I will likely still follow. I will almost certainly still bite. You have got to be kidding. In a way, it's rather fitting that it's just the wrong year, the wrong friends, down the wrong hall. And you don't care if you see me at all. No, you don't care if you see me at all. And I have got no further that I can fall. And you don't care if you see me at all. Thanks, friends. And it's been a crazy month. I was telling Christine and Dean that I was just in Alaska visiting family. Ooh, yeah. Thank you, Christine and or Jen, for putting this on the side. Their PayPal and their Cash App link are in the chat, so if you can't see the chat, open it up and check it out. I was just in Alaska helping my father with some winterizing stuff from Alaska, and it was kind of a vacation, and now it's great to be back in Portland and great to be back at work, because I'm working right now. So I'm going to do one more song. It's called Lockstep. It's from my an album I just released in March with my band Stackhouse in the Garden. So. Will you walk with me down the streets of some new city, just lockstepping through the dark? If you hold my hand, would I ever really notice all those ways you're leaving a mark? Oh, in the place we met, there's whispered midnight singing, and there's bonfires on Tuesdays, and the wedding bells are ringing for my friends. I guess I should listen to what you say about the gifts that I am bringing, and the old ways and the new ways, and the thing that is that you never really notice that I'm only ever looking where you are. Walking lockstep with me in the dark, just walking lockstep with me in the dark, walking lockstep with me in the dark, just walking lockstep with me in the dark. Oh, will you take me at more than face value if I show you what's in my head? How a Thursday morning feels like a vacation if we don't have to leave this bed. Oh, in the place we live, there's whispered midnight singing, and the flowers don't stop blooming, and it feels like I'm winging it. I know you hear those doubting voices booming. There's this ringing in my ears with every phasing of the moon, and the thing I bet is that you never really notice that I'm only ever looking where you are. Walking lockstep with me in the dark, just walking lockstep with me in the dark, walking lockstep with me in the dark, just walking lockstep with me in the dark. Oh, will you lie with me when I'm sick to my stomach? Will you put cold hands on my face? My initial reaction was total bullshit. Will you please move in to my place? Oh, in the place we live, there's whispered midnight singing, and my mother is your best friend, and I treat you like a king. You know, I know, you know, we could both find another, so just hold me through the night and love me like a brother. And the thing I bet is that you never really notice that I'm only ever looking where you are. Walking lockstep with me in the dark, just walking lockstep with me in the dark, walking lockstep with me in the dark, just walking lockstep with me in the dark. Thanks, pals. Well, wizard behind the scenes, I'll stop talking for a bit and I'll let Dean do 2 songs and then I'll ask him a question.
Hopefully you can hear us.
Yes, okay. Looks like we're unmuted. That was wonderful, Colin. Thank you. Love those. How should we start? It's Friday.
It's Friday. What does that mean?
I don't know what it means anymore. Let's do Don't Say Goodbye.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Want to say anything about it?
This is a newer song of ours. We wrote this towards the beginning of quarantine. So it's called Don't Say Goodbye. Stay here where the motion's slow. Sun is soft with a hazy glow. It's hanging on, it won't let go. The way you talk, the way you smile, turns the minutes into miles. Makes me feel like I'm at home. Say what you want to say. You know you can say anything. Don't say goodbye. A little more time. What do I need to say? Tell me how I can make you stay just for tonight. Don't say goodbye. You see colors I can't see, ones I have, the ones I need. You bring something out of me. Wasting time is all we do, but it ain't a waste with you. Two halves make one memory. Don't say goodbye. Say what you want to say. You know you can say anything. Don't say goodbye. A little more time. What do I need to say? Tell me how I can make you stay just for tonight. Don't say goodbye. Don't say. Don't say. Don't say. Don't say. How can I make you? Don't say. What can I do to? Don't say. How can I keep you? Just stay. Just stay. Don't say goodbye. Say what you want to say. You know you can say anything. Don't say goodbye. A little more time. What do I need to say? Tell me how I can make you stay just for tonight. Don't say goodbye. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe I should bring it up for our second one.
Yeah.
Do some sign? Is that two up?
No, it's good.
Let's do it. This one is on our album. We just got our masters back yesterday for our album that's coming out, and I'm really excited about it. It was very emotional hearing the masters after 5 years of working on this album.
Indeed.
So anyway, this song is called Some Sign. It's just written about a lot of experiences with a dear friend of mine, and kind of encompasses a lot of people in my life who are always looking for something, but I feel like it's right in front of them. So yeah, Some Sign.
Well said.
You call, I jump, got there before you hung up, just to show you that I love you. You break my heart every time you fall apart. You know it all, it's never your fault. I'm here, but you're still waiting for some sign, a sign. You must be blind, you miss it with you. That's all the magic I need. Big thunder like a big band. Proud water taking my hand. You feel it's real. You've seen it all, but you can't see some sign, a sign. You must be blind. You miss it every time. You say you need some sign. I don't know what you've been thinking, running around with all them drinking night after night. You don't put up a fight, even if you saw a sign. You'd never see some sign, a sign. You must be blind. You miss it every time. You say you need some sign, a sign. You must be blind. You miss it every time. You say you need some sign.
Complete with chair squeak at the end.
Thank you.
You know, feel free to, throw insults up on the chat, we want to see that you're there.
Or nice things.
Or, or nice things, whatever. There we go. Oh, Joe.
That was really good. The delay. I wanted to ask a couple questions. No, okay. It sounds okay on my end doing it like this. I want to make sure it's not messing up the audio somewhere else. We're all good? Great. Wow, that song's so nice. Dang. That last one, I feel like I need to I'll get your album, but I need to specifically give that song in a bottle to some people in my life right now. Yeah. 5 years. Luke and Rachel, we chatted, I think, a month and a half ago or so about this album. 5 years is a really long time, and I've put out albums before, and kind of the minute that they are out in the world, there's something that I wish was different about it, but that's kind of the best thing about it, because it's like this little time capsule. So I hope that Some Sign, I love that song. I hope that you guys are still as stoked on it now as you were when you recorded it. So that message, even if it took 5 years to come across, I think that is applicable to today. Is there a song that you wrote that you look back at 5 years into the future now and you're like, wow, I was really thinking this in July 2016 or whatever. Yeah, tell me if there's something that hits that.
You're gonna mute and unmute us.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah, seemed like you had an answer there, ready to go.
Well, so do you mean is there something that we listen back to now and it puts us in a very specific time and place when we wrote it?
Yeah, it could be either. A lot of mine, when I look back at them, I think about how foolish I was, or wow, I didn't realize that I had the sign in front of me the whole time, or I don't know. It's a very broad question, but tell me what you think.
I think there's some songs that didn't make it onto the record that we would probably look back at now and, it's a little cheesy or something, But I think the songs, through the 5 years, the songs that are going to be on this record, they've just gone through so many edits and stuff that we've kind of tried to weed out the stuff like that. Some stuff, I'm not very good at sitting with something that I look back on later, and if I don't like it, then I'm kind of like, let's get rid of it.
Yeah, I think some of the songs, there are lines that we decided on that I'm still trying to live up to and own, and I think I'm gonna have to actually play them a lot more times to feel like these are mine, because they did go through so many revisions, and I still don't feel quite cool enough for some of the songs.
Oh, it's a bit hard to hear.
Oh, it's hard to hear us. Okay.
we can do that, and maybe that'll help a little bit.
I hear it a little better, but I heard it better as well. Or I heard it fine before. Yeah, good answer to a very broad question that I threw at you guys. When should we mark our calendars to be ready for this album? Answer that, and then sing some more songs.
Oh,
Goodness.
Colin.
Well, the strange times, as I like to call them, you know, it obviously our business has just been totally affected with that. All the work that I had for the summer's canceled, and that tends to be the busiest time of the year. So, you know, no touring, nothing like that. So putting out a record without touring for us just doesn't. That's the whole point, is we want to play music for people, which we're doing right now for you guys. So that's awesome. But yeah, so I think the music industry is a little bit shut down. So trying to see, okay, is that going to open back up? Can we get people that are going to help us release it, publicists and designers and stuff like that? So there's work left to do, but you know, as soon as possible is when we want to put it out.
Yeah. And I think some people who are putting out music right now, it's just so needed to like, I'm constantly like, okay, what can I listen to? You know, we're all just going through all these monstrous changes and upsets and, you know, turbulent times. So there's a part of me that just wants to get it out, because I know I've been appreciating that. But yeah, it's hard to not have like any sort of touring plan and just let it go when you've worked so hard on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. Thank you. Yeah, I'll disappear.
Let's do
Oh, okay. We're gonna do a cover. Should we turn our volume back down?
I don't think so. But let us know if we should.
Yeah, y'all let us know if it's too loud. This is a song by Aeneas Mitchell. Be it work or be it right, Father, tell me, brings us to the mountainside every day, a dying day. Be it work or be it right, oh my sweet babe, we come to make a sacrifice every day, a dying day. Be it ox or be it ram, Father, tell me, please the God of Abraham, every day a dying day. Be it ox or be it ram, oh my sweet babe, it is the blood of the innocent, every day a dying day. And who are you to understand the weight of him who holds the blade? And who are you to stay the hand of him who made you? Him who made, of him who made you. Be it ill or be it good, Father, tell me, makes you bind me hand and foot every day, a dying day. Be it ill or be it good, oh my sweet babe, I am doing as I should every day, a dying day, every day, a dying day, every day, a dying day. And who are you to understand the weight of him who holds assuming we should do one more, or should we? Okay, do you want us to keep going? Okay. Yeah, man, Anais Mitchell. That song's called "Dying Day." It's on an album called "Young Man in America." And if you don't know it, talk about songwriting. You should check it out. It's one of our favorites. She also was just on the Time 100 most influential people in the world list, or in the country, or something like that, which is pretty cool for a songwriter.
Yeah.
Very impressed by that. Good comments. Nice to see you all. Thank you for coming. Okay, we're gonna do another one of our tunes.
How about Distance?
Okay. This song is called Distance. We wrote it way before the pandemic, so it's not about social distancing, but it feels more true now than ever before. It's more about feeling distant from yourself or from the people you love, and trying to get in a headspace where you feel connected again, I think. Take what you will.
Getting rid of the distance.
Getting rid of the distance, right. Yeah, okay. All right.
It's about community.
All disconnected, feeling so restless, stuck in the house. I'm out of balance, spent my allowance. We've gotta get out, at least a day, or maybe two. We gotta go at least a few, out of the driveway, onto the highway. I think I know what we need. A long ride by your side, making time to listen. If there's any space, drive till we can't feel the distance. The dusty light turning in the night. Let's push the road a bit further. Laugh a little bit, it turns into a fit. This is the funniest I heard you. At least a day, or maybe two. I wanna spend them all with you. We're never perfect, but I know it's worth it. Just you and me. A long ride by your side, making time to listen. If there's any space, drive till we can't feel the distance. A long ride by your side, making time to listen. If there's any space, drive till we can't feel the at least a day, or maybe two. I wanna spend them all with you. Let's get out of our driveway and on to the highway. I think I know what we need. A long ride by your side, making time to listen. If there's any
Let's mess up that ending.
Oh, it was great. What are you talking about?
Well, you
That was,
heard
that
it
was
here.
wonderful.
Thank-
Feels so funny to like cut in with my giant face. Like you guys are so well framed, and I'm just like, I have a question for you. That song's great. Is that on the coming album? It is. Wonderful. Okay. I guess this question, I bet you both can answer, but I think it's more for Rachel. Just with your life, like having grown up in Portland, I don't know if it was like from birth or a big chunk of your life, then jumping into Boston's music scene and then returning to Portland as an adult. I think you have like a pretty unique perspective as to, I don't know, just some of the differences between Portland and Boston's music scene. So I guess my question is two parts. Like, what's something that, like one difference that you notice between Portland and Boston now? And then what's some difference that you notice, let's pretend the pandemic's not happening. Before it began, something you noticed between 2019 Portland versus, the Portland of your childhood as far as music?
Yeah, it's a good question. I loved growing up in Portland. I actually have a song about that on the upcoming album, and it's very dear to my heart. But music school, I knew I wanted to go to music school, and Berkeley was really the only one where I could study not classical or jazz only. So that was the only school I applied to. I thought it'd be fun to live on the East Coast, but the music scene there was really different than here. I mean, I turned 21 over there, so I could go to a lot more venues. There was really only the Roseland here when I was a teenager that I could go to see, and Mississippi Pizza Pub is where I would play as a teenager. Those were like the only 18 plus venues for me. So one way I've seen the city change, Portland change, is just having a lot more small venues and more places I think that younger people can play and be heard, which I think is really cool. And I think Boston had more small venues. Like we used to go to Cantab and lots of different, especially for string players, like Luke's a fiddle player. So I really fell in love with that small kind of acoustic style venue, which I really didn't grow up having. Like I didn't know anything about that scene. So that was pretty eye-opening for me. And now when I go to like the Moon and Sixpence and there's a jam there or different places, it's like nostalgic for me from Boston, not from here. Like I didn't know that existed. I'm sure it did in the 90s when I was too young to be out. but yeah, so those are, Cantab, woo. Yeah. Those are my experiences.
Yeah, I mean it is cool to see how the how there's been, the advent of like house concerts and smaller acoustic venues or whatever. How it's allowing kids to see more music and get exposed to it and camps and stuff. But the cool thing about Boston is, like she said, this like the smaller venues, I think coming from a lot of the traditional music scenes, like Irish session players, we're mixing a lot of those with like bluegrass players and folk singers and what have you. So a folk singer might be having like an Irish player, violin player or something play at their show or something, or come up and sit in, or a lot. It kind of fueled a lot this more of a small communal type of thing, as opposed to, I think when I moved to Portland, it was kind of like, it's more of like the indie vibe sometimes of like, if you want to hear my music, come to the show. And like it's a big venue, and it's like I'm the band at the show.
I think it's a bit less collaborative when we moved here than we were hoping, and I think it's getting better. So that's encouraging.
Working towards that.
Yeah.
I would say that resonates with me a bit. Yeah. I moved to Portland for music in whatever capacity that means, and it's definitely been possible to collaborate, but it's nothing's as easy as you fantasize about, right? And I think we all could feel this way, whoever's listening, but it felt like, oh man, stuff was just getting rolling. We were finally getting in the groove of things, and then the world has shut down. So kind of puts a lot of stuff into perspective. Do I have any other questions that I want to ask right now? No. Please sing.
Speaking of maybe music and community and that whole feeling, we're going to do one called Put a Record On. And it's about putting a record on and enjoying music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this one is also going to be on the upcoming album. It will.
Track 3, in fact.
Ooh, yes.
Ah, you didn't all know that.
Nobody knows. I don't even know that. Every day I want you more and more. It's getting even harder to ignore. You've been weighing heavy on my mind, keeping me asleep all day, awake all night. Put a record on. Finally by ourselves we shut the door. Every step creaks slowly across the floor. Anticipation telling us it's time. Hold me tight as racing, Georgia on my mind. Put a record on. Put a record on. Leave your trouble, watch the dust blow back as the needle hits the black. Now dinner's done and conversation's bare, so separate the table from the chair. After we sit, the silver arm drops down to play, and your arm falls around me just the same. Put a record on. Put a record on. Leave your trouble, watch the dust blow back as the needle hits the black. Friends knocking in rhythm, let 'em in. Stories over ice with a touch of gin. Leave behind the burden of the day. Just thumb through, choose and dance the blues away. Put a record on. Put a record on. Put a record on. Put a record on. Hear your trouble, listen to it fade as the record starts to play.
That was wonderful. When you said this one is track 3, is that what you just said? So I was chatting with Audra, who plays bass in 5 Letter Word, and I mentioned we were just talking about albums, and she piped up with that. I believe it was her, or it was someone sitting next to her, piped up with that the fourth song on the album is statistically like the best song. Somebody did a study, and so this person always listens to the fourth song first. And I heard that and I was like, oh God, no. Because I had never heard that before, right? What's the title of the fourth song on your album?
I mean, should I know this? Probably.
It goes.
Is that the fourth song, actually?
No, it goes, Fool, You Won't Forget.
Beginners. It is the fourth song.
It is. That one was the
I was
fourth
wrong.
song.
Yeah. Okay.
Luke
Okay. Succeeded.
On album order, we tried really hard to do it right, but we had to do one order for vinyl and one for streaming because they were too long to fit side A and B how we wanted.
So it is track 3 on the vinyl.
Vinyl, 4 on the streaming, which most people will be streaming it, I assume. But we had to make records if we're going to sing, put a record on. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, that's great to know that that's the fourth one. I feel safe for your record. Christine, I don't know if you're ready, but I figured we could let Dean do. I keep looking at the square that she's at my computer. Christine, are you down there? I think it'd be great if they could do 2 more songs, but I just wanted to give an opportunity to give me like last minute, things for next month or things going forward. Our next singer-songwriter session will be on Friday, November 6th, because the first is on a Sunday. So pretty sure could be flexible, but I don't think it will be. So I guess I'm going to ask one more really hard question and then close us out. I think there's time for you folks to do 2 songs if you'd like to. So somebody asked me this question when I was in Alaska visiting family, just like, friendly conversation. And I had a really hard time answering it, which I think speaks to my, the state of the world and how I'm dealing with stuff. But what's something that you're looking forward to this fall?
That hurts. That hurts.
Oh, I know immediately.
Oh, I do too. It's happening on Saturday, right?
3, 2, 1.
Harry Potter.
We are really nerdy, and we watch the Harry Potter movies in the fall, and
Yep,
then we
watch all of them every fall,
and then
we go to the Lord of the Rings.
Switch to the Lord of the Rings
for leading up to Christmas. Yeah.
So
that's perfect. Great. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you had a quick answer. Much better than mine. I took like an hour to think of it and came up with something silly. So,
Cheers.
Oh God. I think I'm getting. I feel just like better in the fall. I think every fall always kind of feels like a reset, and I think it's more than just our holdover from the school year. It's like the fall can begin again, and this spring and summer have just been awful, and this November is going to be really awful as well. But it's awful with a reset. It's like, okay, things are still this tense, but like you have the capacity now to like bring stuff in for a little bit. Harry Potter is the perfect example, So even though I'm not going to watch all Harry Potters, I still have an opportunity to bring it in and kind of refocus. So super vague answer, but that's how I feel. Cool.
That's cool.
Take it away.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I'm like thinking about other things I'm looking forward to.
I know. I'm
Just
looking
like
forward.
being inside while it's raining.
I'm looking forward to some like online shows. Probably streaming some things.
Yeah.
Getting back into that.
Writing music. and
Writing,
stuff.
yeah. I want to go to the beach and write some new songs. It's exciting. You guys, thanks again so much for having us. I guess we're going to do a couple more and then that might be the end. So thank you for streaming and we love you all. You should go to the bookstore and Weird Sisters and support them. Okay.
Yeah, you should read books when it,
You should read
during the
books.
fall. We're reading some books,
Yeah. Okay.
not very well.
Should we do? Yeah. This one's called Honey Pie. It's also going to be on the album.
It's about pie.
said some things to you ladies should never say. All I needed was for you to tell me how you needed me. Couldn't survive without. Now there's tears on my apron as the light in the kitchen died. As I open the oven, the heat wipes my wet cheeks dry. Good women don't grow on trees. My loving is never for free. Good thing I know just what you need. It's a smile and a slice of soul. Honey pie. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Your empty pillow there next to my tangled hair. I smell coffee and I rolled right out of bed. I heard a muffled curse, and there to my surprise I saw you sleepy-eyed trying to make some honey pie. Now there's flour on my apron as you stand in the morning. Then as you turn and you see me, you just smile up as you say, good women don't grow on trees, baby. My loving is never for free. Good thing I know just what you need. It's a smile and a slice of sun. Honey pie. Good women don't grow on trees, baby. I know your loving is never for free. Good thing I know just what you need. It's a smile and a slice of sun. Honey pie.
I like how he just, that's his clapping is just,
Okay, should we do a quick one or should we stop now?
just doing,
Okay, we'll do one more to end it. We're gonna end on a cover
yeah.
for you guys to have a nice Friday evening. Okay, we'll do
We'll
one
try.
more.
We don't know if it's going to be nice, but we hope it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be nice.
Well, that's the goal. This is Bee Gees. How deep is your love? Sending love to all of you out there. From us to you.
Make sure I'm in tune.
Yeah, tune first.
I was trying to tune while playing. and it
I
didn't
know.
go very
That
well.
was impressive. Give me one more.
Will you touch me in the pouring rain? In the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, then you softly leave. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of food, breaking us down when they all should let us be. They belong to you and me. I believe in you. You are the door to my very soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest night. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you, when you know down inside that I really do. 'Cause it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me. I believe in you. You are the door to my very soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest night. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you, and you know down inside that I really do. And it's me you need to show. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn.
Nice. Luke Price on guitar. We're Dean. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Two Rivers, Weird Sisters. Thank you.
Thanks to Colin for having us.
Yeah. For the folks listening, the Dean PayPal and Venmo is at Luke Dean Price, and they would appreciate a tip.
And am I feedbacking? No. Yay. Thank you so much, you guys. This was really great. Colin, great job. Awesome. I think we should take the show on the road. Go to all the bookstores virtually that I can line up.
I'm in.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you again. I can't wait to see you live someday. And one last reminder that we are doing the You Are a Phoenix open air market on October 10th. Social distancing and masks required. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all.